Should we do the Morphologis stuff? Should we get into the Morphologis stuff? It probably should be, just to get that out of the way, man. Let's do it. Let's get professional, man. Hey everyone, how are you guys doing today? Welcome to DG360, and it was quite interesting. On a video I had done from a morning stream, I cut up a highlight, and it was a jest. It was silly, light fun, and some people were like, hey, quit picking on Morph. And honestly, guys, really, as content creators, we all have very thick skins. If Morph did a video and said I was a fat fuck with no hair and no life, and you know, I wouldn't mind, because we're content creators, and you know, I said no such thing. I was not nearly as vehement or vicious with Morph. It was all very fun, a light jest, but we were doing like a public shaming of sorts for something that he had mentioned on a video at the very beginning of the year, where he had mentioned there's literally going to be no progress in development in Star Citizen in 2022. And that's a very general way to look at his statements. Of course, they're more nuanced than that. Of course, it's Morphologis, so he's much more eloquent, right? He sounds very important. So it must be true. But this is what I said here in terms of the stream. Watching a video that my fans wanted me to watch by Morphologis. I think personally they just love the times I kind of poke a little bit here and there. Let's watch it. Nothing to see. There's no celebration. It didn't happen. Nothing.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
You guys wanted me to watch this. Remember that. Just remember that. Okay, so we did that throughout the entire video, and I thought it was pretty funny personally. I did not mean to offend Morphologis or Morphologis fans. It is just the natural way that I am. And so, like, I wanted to explain a little bit, because if we look here, you guys can see that my videos generally get a few likes here and there. Generally, like a positive amount of likes. This one, a lot of people got angry with me. Only 64.5% of people liked the video. The others were fanboys, fapping all over the place for Morph and very upset. And here's a comment here. I find it funny that you guys try to shame someone who single-handedly, by the way, there was nobody else involved. It was only Morph. Brought more players to SC than any other content creator on the face of this planet. Felipe, listen, buddy. I admire that, man. He's loyal. He's committed to Morph. He's like, dude, I am going to stick up for Morph. This bald, fat man is a terrible man. And he says, having 100 people in a server with very little new gameplay or working gameplay is hilarious and shows how hard SC cultists try to defend it. Hallowed be Chris Roberts' name, because people that are actually enjoying the project, we're all cultists. Or we're white knights, you know. Which, by the way, the video prior to this one, where I'm poking a little bit at Morph in light fun, is me looking critically at the guide system and saying that it needs help, by the way. So if anybody would like to call me a white knight, maybe spend some time and look through my immense library of 1,600 videos that I've been doing since 2015, right? There's been plenty of times where I've had gripes with Cloud Imperium, by the way. But apparently, Felipe thinks that single-handedly Morph has brought in more people to Star Citizen than... Now, listen, it's ridiculous. You know, in terms of the IQ of this gentleman, probably an 8. And probably can't finish the Berenstein Bears. And probably very hard for him to digest it. However, he says, I love this game. Spent in SC more than any game in my 36 years of life, but this kind of video makes me sick. This kind of video, if this kind of video makes this guy sick, this guy's way too easily offended at 36. I feel like this guy needs, you know, a confidence boost. That he gets way too easily offended. It was by no means like offensive. It was really quite funny. Okay, in my opinion. Again, this is all opinion based. And Morph has an opinion, and he's allowed to have his opinion. That there's no progress happening in 2022 for various reasons. He cites the economy. Listen, the problems are twofold, okay? The smaller of the issue I have with him is saying that there is not a substantial amount of gameplay being added. All right. So to the PU, one of his reasons is the focus of Cloud Imperium Gaming is on Squadron 42 this year. Development happening on Squadron 42 in many ways slides into the PU, by the way, as it is gameplay related. Take refueling as an example. It's obvious to me that SIG focuses on SQ-42 missions, needing refueling, right? So then we see that slide into the PU, right? That is, again, one of many examples of where there is progress. Okay, so progress does happen. The bigger issue that I have with Morphologis is it seems a little disingenuous the way he presents his content. And what am I talking about, okay? Well, let's take a video he entitled, 2022 is not Star Citizen's year. In this video, he's expressing his opinions on why he believes Star Citizen in 2022's progress or development is inconsequential. I've given you my opinions on why I think he's wrong. However, there are areas where I do agree with him. For instance, take his opinions on Star Citizen needing an economic gameplay. All right? Yes, absolutely. Dynamic server meshing, his issues with that. Yes, I agree. Needing Pyro to come online and have as a new playable area. Yes, I agree. Okay? What I think he's missing is the steps needed to make all of this happen. I think he's frustrated with the amount of time it's taking, and that's absolutely fine. We've all had our moments like that. In most respects, we really have. If you've been along this journey, it's been 7 years. A lot of us have had moments of frustration like this, right? He's a human being, as well as a content creator. So completely understand where he's coming from on that. One thing that ties both the economic gameplay, aka quantum gameplay, right, and Pyro together is, in fact, the functioning server meshing, right? However, I'm getting off track. All right. Back to the bigger issue I have with Morph. After expressing his frustration, Morph then begins to post videos on the actual progress and development. That's the biggest issue I have. So we go from 2022 is not Star Citizen's year to the best features of Star Citizen Alpha 3.17. You understand? It's like it's in the presentation. And really, these are my opinions. Big deal, These are my opinions. His opinions, they sound very important, though. He sounds very important, so he must be right and must be fact. But my opinions should be looked at under the same magnifying glass, right? It'd be hypocritical of me to say that, my opinions are right and his opinions are wrong. I'm just a content creator like he is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're trying to entertain. We're trying to make content for everybody. I just disagree with it. It's as simple as that. I disagree with his opinions. I have my own opinions, and that's that, This is why I have a lighthearted fun at shaming him. Like, this is why I did this video, because I personally think it was just like a funny thing to do. I'm an entertainment-based channel, by the way. We watch videos that interest our community, okay? We help promote those who need promoting because of the very algorithm that only supports those like Morph, by the way. You know what I mean? Like, the YouTube algorithm is designed to continually promote and help those that have large subscriber bases. I'm trying to help those that don't, because the algorithm is really cruel to content creation. On the content creation side of things, it's very difficult. On the viewer side of things, I don't think viewers understand really how difficult the algorithm is to compete against as somebody creating content. I don't think people even care. Like, it doesn't even factor into a viewer's experience, but it does for content creators. I just want people to realize, like, at the end of the day, it's lighthearted. Okay, I have nothing personal against Morph. I don't want to go on to any fucking shows explaining it all over again, justifying my position while he justifies his, and all the bullshit posturing and talking and blah, blah, blah. I don't need that. I don't have time for that, right? I've got my opinions. He has his. That is what it is. And so, like, I just wanted to get that out there because, like, I don't know why I'm getting a lot of flack for this. It's probably because he has a really large subscriber base. But personally, I don't mind it. I like to talk through these things and let everybody know where I stand. I think that's just the way that it should be. When you're creating content, you should just put it all out there and be truthful with your audience. And that's really what I try to achieve here on DG360. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching that. And back to the show. There. That's my no, I'm not going on fucking Tomato Talk. I don't have time for these shows. I wish I could. Keenan's a great kid. Keenan is a great kid and a very entertaining show. But I don't really have time for all these shows, man. I don't really have time for them. Trust me, if I did, I'd be going on them. You know, I'm sure, Morph's a really cool dude in real life. And I have nothing personal against him. I think he's a cool dude, but I just don't agree with his opinions at all, you know? Oh, we are going to watch that. Dude, that is on the platter. Should we watch that next, Erad? Cash says, so is this about Morph or about content creators' personalities? Could be that. Could be that, Cash. I don't know. What should I title the video, Cash?